Hey everyone, Piano Man Chuck here. I'm back again with the Kawai MP7. Today I want to talk about transposing splits. And I know that sounds technical, but the other day I did a video about creating splits on the Kawai MP7. That's where you allocate a certain portion of the keyboard for one particular instrument, another portion for another, and so forth, up to 4. But here's the problem when you do splits. Let's say you've allocated this portion here to flute and this portion here to piano. Well, flute doesn't usually play in this range of pitch. It usually plays over here, but you got something else allocated over here. So you need to raise the pitch of your flute to get to where a flute normally plays. So let's demonstrate that right now. Right now I've got a piano across the keyboard, and I want to change that so it's only from here to here. So we're going to go ahead and change that from full key, in other words, across the entire keyboard, from here to here. Okay, so now once I get here, I don't have anything because I've only allocated the piano here. Let's turn the piano down, turn sub 1 up, which I have as a flute. So I pressed F2 to get to sub 1 to make that the focus. All right, so let's make the flute from here to here. Okay? All right, so here's the flute. And when we put them together, I've got the piano on the bottom until here, then it becomes a flute. Well, in reality, a flute does not play down here. It plays up here. But let's say I've got something allocated to these notes here, so I can't put the flute there. So that's where you need to transpose the pitch of the flute from down here to an octave or 2 higher. Now, I know the first thing that most of you are going to do is look at this transpose button over here under global. And that's great. That's good thinking. But the transpose button is universal. It applies to the entire keyboard, not specific zones. So you need to do something else. So right now we see that flute has the focus. So what we're going to do is hit the edit button. Okay. And we're going to go to number 5, key setup. Yes. Okay, and we'll see a bunch of parameters over here, and one of them, which is already highlighted, is Octave Shift. And I can shift the octave that flute is placed in from where it normally is right now to an octave higher or 2 octaves higher or whatever. I can also just transpose that zone altogether, a semitone at a time. But let's go with Octave Shift. Let's make that, first of all, let's show you where it is right now. A flute can't physically play that low. So let's octave shift that 1. It's a little better. Let's octave shift that 2. That's where a flute plays. That's how you do transposing within one of these zones that you've already predefined to be in a certain particular partition on this keyboard. So that's it for now. And in addition to octave shift, you can also do a zone transpose where you don't need a whole octave at a time, but just a couple of notes. You can do it by semitones anywhere from 0 to 24. So that is it. That's how you do that on this board. It's real easy. It's a piece of cake. It may not be apparent or obvious at first, but once you know how to do it, you're never going to forget it, and it's easy. Piano Man Chuck, peace out. Thanks for watching.